Hello, everyone. Happy to have you today for our new members presentation of the BGA. We're happy to have new members joining the BGA recently during June and May as well. So we're happy to have some speakers to introduce to you and have the opportunity to let them introduce themselves and the project they have. So yeah, I think without any further ado, let's do it. And happy to start with Baz Furby, Chief Executive Officer from DisruptionX. Baz, if you're ready, the stage is yours.
Good stuff. Thank you very much. Really glad to be here. Is my screen sharing, or do I need to press anything to make that happen?
No, that's on me. Yeah, you're good.
Good stuff. Okay, so the tech is sorted. Well, I'll start by introducing myself. So nice to meet everyone. My name's Baz Furby, and I'm the CEO at DisruptionX. A little bit about the project, I guess, before we get into kind of any of the details. DisruptionX started as a project nearly a year ago, actually, dreaming up the idea around an ecosystem for gaming, and then also a flagship AAA title game, which started development, called Line of Control, which I'll get into some details on. I would say we're still in stealth mode. Actually quite excited to be here today because this is our very first, should we say, public appearance. Nothing in the deck that was shown today has gone beyond the team or maybe one or two investors that we're talking to. So it's really kind of exciting from that perspective, but also kind of a good kind of line in the sand really as to the hard work that's been done for the last 9 or 12 months around developing the platform and some of the games and the whole idea that we're going to kind of introduce to you today. So quite exciting for us. There's screenshots of the platform which have never been seen before. So I'm really excited to get those out there and talk to the team and present to the Blockchain Alliance. We joined actually about a month ago, and we already see value in the proposition. We've met some great people and looking forward to more of the events. I've been watching a whole ton of the introduction sessions, and I can see there's a lot of really good stuff happening across the community. So we're glad to be part of it. To introduce DisruptionX in a little bit more detail. So our mission really as a platform is to develop an ecosystem for blockchain gaming, much like you would be familiar with, Netflix for, the destination to go for watching, shows. You might expect somebody like a Steam to be the, traditional home of gaming, and maybe like an Amazon for the home of e-commerce. We very much want to go down that same route and provide a singular platform where game studios, game creators, gamers, and guilds can all live together and play games together, improve their crafts, play to earn games, and ultimately have a platform that is there to improve their experience, but also through really clever AI and machine learning analytics, make sure that they're getting the best experience possible and also protected from all of the kind of foul play and misbehavior that exists out there in the kind of world of bots and fraud and all of those things. So we've got some really clever underlying technology which kind of optimizes that experience and improves the gameplay for users. And the reason that really we put our foot into the market to do this is that play to earn gaming is a really exciting space. We can see that obviously there's a huge number of gamers globally, and blockchain gaming is still niche. It's still new. It's still kind of developing, coming out to market, and it means that it's quite a fragmented experience right now. There's no kind of single place that you would go to find the best games. If you're a developer of a game, actually, it's a bit bewildering, all of the challenges that blockchain gaming delivers. There's a whole bunch of games doing a really good job already, and they're probably members of this alliance and some of the big names out there. But it's a really fragmented space, and it's hard for new games to break through. So we want to provide tooling and equipment and an SDK to allow those game studios to onboard their game into a blockchain gaming ecosystem. And then the second big mission really is to improve generally the quality of games. There's some really big titles out there, but a lot of them are focused around kind of the yield farming type idea. And what we really want to do is bring some of those big AAA titles into the gaming market and improve the quality, graphics, gameplay, and be that place that people go to for those, for that high quality gaming experience. And then I mentioned AI technology. Ultimately, data is king in the world today. And what we want to be able to do by bringing together lots of gaming community and the guilds into one place is to aggregate all of that data into a usable ecosystem that we can then deliver out through reports to gamers to see how they can improve their gameplay, and to creators to see how they can improve their actual games and some of the mechanics about how they connect into the blockchain. So things like improving their their in-store NFT sales through data and analytics to see what type of NFTs are selling better across in other games, for example. So I think that the data analytics side is going to be really important. And then in terms of our tooling, I mentioned building an ecosystem. We want to go beyond just aggregating games and creating a catalog. We really want to help game creators and game studios connect their games into the ecosystem. And what that means is we're building an SDK, a piece of technology that will allow game studios that are not maybe blockchain savvy to come and connect their game into the ecosystem, and then benefit from all of the NFT marketplace that lives on site, and benefit from the play-to-earn economy that some of their games could be participating in. And then it will also allow some of the existing games that are in market to also plug into the SDK and bring and find a new audience. Ultimately we'll have tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of members, and we'll allow those existing games to leverage a new audience. And then secondly, I mentioned a AAA title. We've been long in development with a game called Line of Control, which is a first-person shooter. It's really going to be a proof of concept that we build that shows and showcases the capabilities of blockchain gaming, and will be a AAA standard Unreal Engine 5 developed game with play-to-earn tokenomics and an NFT marketplace attached to it. So we'll be able to have the weapons, the character skins, and even the land all under an NFT strategy that allows the gamers to participate, battle, win, and then ultimately kind of earn from either those land sales or native DX token that they would win. And I wholeheartedly believe that the community behind gaming is what makes gaming so exciting, and guilds are fundamental to that. So we're building an onboard guild interface that will allow existing guilds to participate, join into the DX ecosystem, and then manage their scholars' behavior across and revenue across that ecosystem, allowing them to distribute earnings and see the data that's laying behind that. So ultimately they'll be able to understand their play to earn ratio, the performance of their scholars, and all of those types of things, and ultimately manage their guild from within the economy. We'll also allow new guilds to be created within the technology, and that's ultimately just going to build on that community element, which allows the new guilds to be created, defined, and become successful across the platform as well. I mentioned the AI technology, and I think that's a really important point. Ultimately, there's really big opportunity to improve gameplay through removing foul play, abnormal behavior, and using machine learning to understand where that foul play is coming from. So we're building a mechanics using machine learning that will look at the user behavior and then identify whether it's bot behavior or a real player. And we'll also determine players that are trying to game the system. So if you're an expert in one particular game, and for example you were to delete your account and then start a new one, but then play with all of those types of expert behaviors that you have, those types of mechanics and behaviors are determined by the system, and then can correctly put you in the pool of players that is playing to your standard. And that's really important because new players are the lifeblood of growing an economy. And what we don't want is that kind of behavior where people would become good at the game and then start fresh and go and play to earn and win all the money, so to speak. So it's a really important part around the kind of fraud protection and authenticity side of the platform. But also we want to utilize AI to improve revenue opportunities for our platform and the gamers, the game studios that are part of the ecosystem. So if, for example, in a game you keep on getting beat by somebody that's got a certain gun or a faster car, those products can be recommended to you in the marketplace. And that's another kind of revenue opportunity that can be improved through the use of the data science and the AI that sits behind the system. We also want to be able to run sentiment analysis and almost reverse engineer the marketing activity that sits behind games. So we'll have crawlers and technology that pulls and runs sentiment analysis around the in-game marketplaces, the in-game chat, on the ecosystem in itself, in the social profiles, but also out across social channels like Twitter and Discord. And ultimately, all of that data analysis that can, deliver some data can help us understand who the best influencers are, or what type of Twitter activity is really generating the best, marketing activity. And the purpose of this really is to help the whole gaming economy become more successful and try to understand what's driving that success. So I mentioned the title itself, Line of Control. So we've got an in-house gaming studio. I said there's around 37 built in the team at the moment, and Line of Control has been in development for about the last 9 months. The purpose of the game really is to be our kind of standout flagship title, but I'm really excited about some of the stuff that's going into it around the NFT strategy, potentially having guild battles to win land, new territories, those types of things. There's a NFT strategy around the weaponry and the skins, obviously, so that you can customize your experience in the game. And we really want it to be a kind of standout title new to the blockchain. So really excited about that. On our website, we've got the first trailer. I won't show it now because we're relatively short on time, but super excited to bring this one to market as well. There will also be a bunch of arcade titles in the platform, and the purpose really of this is, for wager matches, small kind of arcade level battle games that are going to, improve the familiarity that people have with the play to earn space. And you'll be able to play a game of chess for, $10 or $20, and the winner takes all. So it's a really exciting opportunity to do these kind of wager matches, which is very cool. Super conscious of time, so what I will do is I will flick through the last couple of slides, which are really an introduction to our UI. They're also on our website, so allow people to flick to DisruptionX.io and have a look there. But we're excited about how it's coming together. Really slick UI, really nice kind of slick design, and then obviously key games, titles, and an NFT marketplace all integrated. So super excited to bring that forward. And then lastly, I would say, main purpose for us joining the BGA was that we're super excited and understand that partnerships are really what drive this ecosystem forward. Play to earn gaming is such a new space, such a new ecosystem, and there's different areas which we've identified, which I know there's several members across the group who can really drive this market forward as a whole ecosystem. So as a call to action for anyone involved, we're reaching out to partners to improve the technology, build out the economy with the guilds and esports, and then ensure that we've got the right security, payment structures, and all those types of things in place as well. So super excited to join. I keep it to that because I think I've done the first 12 minutes, and appreciate everyone's time.
No, perfect. Thank you very much, Baz, for the introductions and for the alpha that you were able to share with us. So very exciting about everything, and I understand the limits, the restriction limits in terms of timing, but I think we're going to have a lot of other opportunities to have more information about what you do, especially on the use of machine learning with the technology in blockchain gaming is really interesting, and how you have the balance with collecting data off-chain and on-chain is something very interesting as well. So I think we will have obviously some topics to tackle on with you and with your expertise. And if anything happen anything will happen for Life in Control game, we will be happy to have you on our demo day to be able to showcase the gameplay and everything and how it works. So
yeah, great. Can't wait to be back. So appreciate the offer.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you very much, Baz. So the next speaker to be introduced to the stage is Martin Harder from AtomicHub. Martin, if you're ready, the stage is yours.
Thank you. Yeah, that was actually very interesting. Very interesting how you combine all the fields. So I'm here for AtomicHub, and let me just share the screen before we start. So, all right, ready?
Yeah. You ready?
Great. Okay. So AtomicHub, we're basically, in a nutshell, a marketplace and an NFT standard. So that's first thing. And before I jump into that, who am I? I'm Martin, working with PinkGG. That's the company behind AtomicHub. And we are a great team all over the world, working on this with many users, many creators together. And I'm doing the business development at PinkGG, working with partners on collaborations, working on growing the B2B business. And let's jump right into it. Basically, we have three main missions. Yeah. So first of all, AtomicHub, that's our mission to develop it with the aim to have it like leading. And I will get to that in a few minutes. And we want to enable anyone to create NFTs. We have an NFT creator that makes it very easy for everyone. The second thing is that we want to guide the gaming and the IP industry into the Web3 age. And for this, we talk to Web2 companies, Web3 companies, gaming studios, IP holding companies. They are all looking at NFTs and asking the question, how is that relevant to their business and to their users? And we want to be at the forefront and guide that path. And the third one is with our tech, we accelerate the worldwide transition to true digital ownership. And I think on all of these mission aspects, we pretty much very well aligned in the Blockchain Game Alliance. I can see definitely high overlap. And we are actually very excited, so on behalf of the entire team, to join the Blockchain Game Alliance and to contribute also down the road to topics and to discussions, and also connect with you in the industry. So AtomicHub, let's get back to this. It's used by millions of users worldwide, mainly gamers and collectors. And so far, we started in 2020, and so far it has been growing organically. So we will change that, and we'll actually go heavy into marketing and make it more prominent. But so far, it's a very great success story, and users love it. So we have millions of users that are using it every day, every month, and every day they come back and consume NFTs on the platform. And that's the B2C side. On the B2B side, we have big brands, known brands that are choosing the WAX ecosystem, AtomicHub, Atomic Assets ecosystem, to try out NFTs, to launch their NFT products. And that can be collectibles, that can be games, it can be also ways of just driving engagement from a marketing angle. And we see that AtomicHub with the Atomic Assets NFT standard on WAX is the best choice for entertainment brands. And I want to get to that in a second. WAX, you heard it now the first time. That's the blockchain on which Atomic Assets is operating. And we are not just on WAX, we are also on EOS. And WAX is a purpose-built NFT blockchain that makes it very, very easy for mainstream applications, large-scale applications to enable great user experience. Yeah. One thing that's probably not new for any one of you, gamified NFT experiences, they account for the highest on-chain activity across all the app categories. When we compare it to exchanges, to DeFi, social collectibles, marketplaces, games, that is actually the bulk part of all transactions that are happening across all blockchains and across all block categories. When we drill into and ask the question who or what blockchain is causing this, then it's actually the WAX protocol that's doing every day 50%-ish for the past 6-7 months of all transactions. And that's why big games are also there, because that's possible. So what are we looking at? We're looking at a blockchain that's very good for games. There's also, of course, other blockchains out there, and we look forward to working and as a whole ecosystem together. But the WAX blockchain is very well suited for that. And on top of that, we have the Atomic Assets NFT standard that's chosen by many big games. And I want to just jump over to Deb Radar and just look at today, for example, across all the blockchains in the games category, 24 hours, we can see by user numbers, Alien Worlds, Splinterlands, like the top 3 games are on the Atomic Assets NFT standard. And that's by user numbers. We don't have the NFTs that go for 1 million. Of course, they also exist, 1 million per NFT. That's not our focus. We're focused on gaming and high throughput and high transactions and utility. And that's perfect for games. So let's just have a look at AtomicHub. I've been talking about that. This is, for example, what it looks like. And I'm just going to drop that link into our chat. Would be great if you can just drop that also to the audience. And on AtomicHub, when we go down to underline, looking at the live sales, for example, right now, we have items that are going for there 6 cents. There's one for $3, one for 5 cents. And that's, again, iterating on that point that on WAX and on AtomicHub, it's possible to build large-scale operations that don't require you for one transaction to pay 40, 50 or more dollars. So it's a great ecosystem for gaming and collectibles. Let's jump back and look at it in a summary. What we're actually doing, again, AtomicHub is a marketplace on the Atomic Assets NFT standard. And in a nutshell, that's why it's chosen by many users, by many creators, namely 2,300 real creators, companies. It's a carbon neutral infrastructure. That's the WAX blockchain. So we don't have to deal with any competitive consensus algorithm. It's a collaborative consensus algorithm where all block producers are voted. And we don't have gas fees. We have a very global audience that comes back and tries out new games. We have a very fast and scalable blockchain that accounts for 50% of all the blockchain transactions. And there's high engagement. So basically, our team wants to be a strong partner in the Web3 industry, and we're looking to work with gaming studios, and we're going actually for that as also at the NFT NYC to basically onboard projects. And just like the project we heard before, it sounds very interesting to just connect in the industry and talk and see how can we potentially work together and help each other on different avenues. So that's AtomicHub in a nutshell. One more thing, NFT NYC. We will be there as a platinum sponsor, and we would be very happy if you come and connect with us, talk to us. We can also set up a meeting, and looking forward to the BGA barbecue that will happen. I think that will be awesome.
Yeah, it will be. I hope so. Thank you very much, Martin, for that. Actually, personally, very happy to have you in the BGA for personal reasons. I discover blockchain through gaming, obviously, and although MetaMask was my first experience setting a wallet, when I secondly discovered WAX and AtomicHub, it was far not the same experience in terms of setting the wallet. So I really appreciate discovering blockchain gaming through you and the platform. And I think, as you said, your role to onboard player into Web3 is massive, and very glad to collaborate in the futures with you and with the teams to bring more insights about what you're building and what you aim to build and what you want to provide in the blockchain gaming ecosystem. So thank you very much for being here, and hope to see you. I will see you for sure in NFT New York.
Definitely. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Martin. So our next speakers will be Joseph from Reddoor Digital. Joseph, if we can take the stage, it's all yours.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks for having me. And yeah, I'm really happy to be part of this group of new members for BGA. Just wanted to let everyone know, Reddoor Digital is a Web3 game studio formed later last year. All of us, the founding members, come from the game industry. For myself, I've been in the crypto since 2017. And then, before then, I played a lot of games, including Magic the Gathering, where a secondary marketplace is part of the gameplay, basically, right? You have Magic Gathering, and then you have a kind of a secondary marketplace where you could trade. So, and then, I've played lots of MMOs, like EverQuest, Ultima Online, all those things. So, I guess to give you a background, right? Coming from that, a lot of us have actually published MMOs in different regions before. For me, I've mostly been in the mobile game industry, but what we, coming from that, we really felt that, Web3 allows people to actually own their assets. And, it's not just owning assets, but I think it's owning meaningful assets that really integrate with the game. So it's actually part of the gameplay. And it's something that I think when people play it more over time, they'll actually, can actually enjoy this. So, with that in mind, we formed the studio, and we have 3 more games in the pipeline. And our first game is Reign of Terror. So for Reign of Terror, we're a tactical RPG. We're first building on Solana, although we are, preparing some multi-chain with that, because we know I think based on what we've seen recently, we realize it's not just one chain only, but a lot of different chains also have their own communities, and we're also working with some traditional like operators in certain regions to also onboard some of their users into our game later on. But with that in mind, we want to have some first party developed titles, including Reign of Terror, but we also will be doing some of our own publishing. So I think what we aim to do is, one, create really good content for Web3 gaming, so where people can play. You can own NFTs. You can trade down the secondary marketplace. There might be some earning component, but the way we do it, based on our knowledge of, at least with like MMO economic design, is we do it so it's a lot more sustainable, right? So because we don't think everyone who's going to play is just going to do it because of the technology, right? I think I think the majority of people will play just to have fun, right? And then when they see that the game is fun, they'll actually start to look into NFTs. They might look into a token potentially. So I think that, for that part, that's what we think is the way to onboard a lot of the traditional gamers, while also continuing to, have a great product for the Web3 crowd. Yeah. So let me share our teaser. This is our earlier teaser. I'm not sure how it's going to sound on here, but let's
try it.
Let's try it out. Yeah, let me see.
Yeah, as soon as I see your screen sharing, I will be able to display it. So
okay, sure. I'll just share my screen.
Okay, we don't have the screen shared, just for
Oh, really?
Joseph. Yeah. Can you try it again with the share button, maybe share and share screen?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Let me just share the. I think this will work.
Oh yeah, perfect. I'm seeing something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's an earlier teaser. So we've actually made changes to the game based on that. We actually turned it more of like an active turn based. So we've been doing a lot of iterations on it. So like I said, that's an earlier teaser, but we do feel pretty excited, at least for getting this in Web3, because all the agents you control in it are actually NFTs. So what we're doing is we're doing an approach where if you don't understand, like let's say Web3, right? Because I think installing a Web3 is a pretty difficult thing for people to do. That we take care of a lot of that on the back end, and we also give a way for people to come and play without having to install a wallet. I think that's like a large. I mean, it's the majority of the friction I think people have when coming on is. I think the first part is a lot of the like previous GameFi have very high prices, right, for people to get in. And then the second part is, having to get that wallet, because, it's quite easy to forget one's password, right? I've forgotten my password a bunch of times. So, when it comes to, being your own, I guess, having your own custody of this, it's quite difficult for a lot of people. I think for people who are already into crypto, it's not really much of an issue, but, to get players really interested, ideally we can't have them really even think about it. So, this is the first game we're working on. And we do have 3 other titles currently in development for the studio. And then what we also plan on doing is supporting multiple languages in addition to English. So that's for the operation. So it's going to be a combination of, for people who already understand crypto. So let's say you're a scholar, or you're into crypto and you like gaming as well, or you like to collect NFTs. This will be appealing to you. And then let's say you're a free-to-play player. Because of Reign of Terror, we're designing it for mobile first. So that means you can play it on PC later, but the way we're structuring anything out, it's for mobile. And then we do plan on also supporting WebGL and mobile WebGL. So we do have a proprietary engine that actually specializes in mobile web, because we believe that a lot of people will come on and let's say they might not want to go through the App Store, and right now it's not I guess regulation is not so clear. So I think people being able to come in through web is a good way of onboarding a lot of people. And what we hope to do is at least give them really good experience, have more sustainable tokenomics, and just make it fun for people and give them ownership. I would say that, like, in addition to this, when I say ownership, with the NFTs, it also means that we'd be providing like additional use cases for the NFTs outside of the game, which means we are actively setting up collaborations with other projects, as well as having a kind of almost like a companion app, but it's on the website. So we just have these different things to, I guess, it's I think the metaverse takes many forms, right? And I think a lot of people have been using the word metaverse right now, and I think for a lot of people it's lost some meaning. But at least from our perspective, I think these aspects of the metaverse will start with having more of these deeper interactions, in and outside of the game and with each other. So yeah, maybe I can share some links, or I think that's pretty much it, right?
Yeah, no, actually, it's pretty clear. Thank you very much, Joseph, for that. Actually, to be frank, I discovered the game Reign of Terror before I got the chance to meet you and to meet Loic and having this discussion of being a part of the BGA. And I was excited about the gameplay, actually, and the kind of game that we don't usually see with the other blockchain games, which is mainly focused on other type of games. So very excited to have you, very excited to can capitalize on the different games and blockchain games that you will be able to introduce to us. And yeah, as you said, so many things related to ownership and to the use of NFTs today that it will make sense for us to have you in a specific panel with the other BGA members on that. So thank you very much again, Joseph.
Sure. Yeah. Thanks. Glad to be part of the Blockchain Gaming Alliance.
Awesome. Thank you. And last but not least, I will let Ibrahim from Spinblade. Sorry for that. Again, Spinblade, which is better.
No worries. Yeah, first of all, I really want to thank to you and the BGA to just give this opportunity to talk and give information about our projects. First of all, before showing our project, first of all, I really want to give a little bit information about our background, where we are coming from, and what we are just shifting and pivoting into the blockchain gaming. First of all, we have been developing mobile games since 2018. Me and my partners have been working for the hyper casual games. We successfully released more than 12 games in across multiple platforms that has been reached more than 300 million installs. And since the beginning of this year, we have started experiencing with the blockchain gaming. We try to focus more on the blockchain game because as a team, we genuinely believe the technology and the ecosystem, and we really believe that the gaming really suits for the blockchain. And by the gaming itself, coming for a lot of studios coming from gaming background to the blockchain ecosystem, we also believe that this will really bring us more games that we really having fun by playing it. So we are coming to this background, and this is our belief actually. So I think I can start sharing the Spinblade. Yeah. So Spinblade is a game idea that we really love as a team. So everyone knows about the spinning tops, or most of you know of the original IP called Beyblade, but it's kind of spin off that one, which we call the Spinblade itself. It's what we call is a unique play-to-earn game where each player has their own fully customizable spinning tops to play different battles to win the prizes, of course. What we also really believe is that the Spinblade itself is really suitable for the NFTs because it also has the collection value, collectibles value actually, because people in real life really likes collecting different various of spinning tops and holding them and customize the different parts to have the best Spinblades they have. So we really how can I say, inspired by the in real life examination of them, examples of it. So in our case, the one Spinblade is formed of 3 different parts. One is the power ring, which is on the top. The other one is in the middle one, and the other one is in the like a tip. And so to be able to play the game, you need to collect the different parts and then forge it to have the the Spinblade to be able to join into the matches. So we are still experiencing with the different technologies, a different part of NFT non-fungible token standards to be able because as a developer coming from the gaming background, we do not have much experience on the blockchain part, but we are learning and we are learning a lot. And we are shaping we are shaping like a different guidelines and trying to find the best that matches our gameplay and also our vision. Besides the like the Spinblades, we will also have arenas. You can consider those stuffs similar to the lands of many other projects. So we will also have like this arenas part as well on the game, where people can hold, like, buy the arenas, and if the match happens on your arena holder will get some sort of the prizes as well. What we will have is different types of battle. We still on the game design phase of those kind of battles, but I mean, one will be the spin duel. It's pretty much the same as the standard spinning top tournaments games, which you play against one other one, and you throw your spin blades, and like you play 5 matches, and three winners of those matches will win the battle, and will also earn some sort of prizes as well. And we do also have a spin royale type of game, which is it's like 10 different players just throws their spin blades onto the arena, and there will be one winner, and also the second and third place, and they will get rewarded by according to their performances as well. This is how we structured the stuff right now, but of course it can be changeable in the later stages. What we really likes having the Spinblade is that this is our first project that as a blockchain game. We really do have game design, game development muscles that we have been developing games for more than 6 years. What we want to experience is the blockchain part of the game with the Spinblade. Right after the Spinblade, our team really want to focus more on the new titles, and we do also have several prototypes as well, but we really want to focus on the one game at a time, because even though we are good at developing games, but we are also facing through a different technology, which we call like different technology, and we are still learning a lot of stuff. As many of you know that the Rome wasn't built in just 1 day. It might take times, as the gaming itself with the blockchain is kind of even if it's not new, we believe that we are in the phase that we are still stepping with the baby steps, but in the near future many of the gaming companies will join these forces, and we will have much better experiences on the blockchain as well. So we will be on a Polygon network at first, but we're also planning to be on multi-chain. But we will start with the Polygon. We will have 2 different tokens. I mean, those are the small, the details right now about the game. But we just want to experience and try to create a sustainable tokenomics and a sustainable ecosystem, as well as we have great game designers and game balancers, of course, game economy balancers in the team, which have been great experience with the other casual studios, which we believe that bringing those knowledge to blockchain will also help us by creating the better sustainable economies, and so we also, like, if people want to know more about it, they can check our websites. I will drop the link here if you want to share. They can come to our website. We will have you can see the official links that you can directly go to white paper or other social media accounts, as well as Discord. We are trying to be very active with the community, because we really believe that growing with the community for this project is the key right now. And even though the market is kind of crashing and everyone has a lot of fear about the market, we also believe that it could be a great opportunity for us. It can turn into an opportunity, because every crisis also brings their own opportunities. So this is basically it, and we will be also on the New York with you. Also, we will have the barbecue party. We will have chance to meet face to face finally, and yeah, I just want to take it short. Doesn't want to take more time because we're also coming to the end of the time. Again, thanks for inviting us, and I'm really happy to be here.
Yeah, thank you very much, Ibrahim. It's gonna be very cool to see you in NFT New York, and I don't know, I may see some alpha. I don't know. I'm just saying. But what I really like about that is I'm exciting about this because it brings me so many memories as a fan of Beyblade yeah, during school. Playing Beyblade and seeing a lot of IP related to that game. I'm really curious about what will happen with this same project, but coming to the blockchain game sphere. So it makes so much sense to have it as an NFT as well. So the adoption of these games will be very interesting to see. So yeah, thank you very much for that, Ibrahim. Will be very interesting to see all the path you will have in the development of the game through our different demo days that we have each month. And yes, I guess we will see each other very soon.
Yeah, thanks for that.
No problem. Thank you. I would like to thank all of our speakers today to give the opportunity to introduce what they do. Very happy to have you. Just for the audience, we won't be able to have any live content for next week due to the NFT New York, but we will come back just after with a panel which will be very interesting based on guilds. So very happy. Thank you very much, everyone, for being a part of it, and I see you very soon for most of you. Bye bye.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.